Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to day 1 of our story planning week. This week we are going to be planning a warning story based around our story of the Wind in the Willows, and particularly Mole's journey into that wild wood. It was very spooky. To help us do this, I'm going to give you some spellings and also teach you a little bit more about plurals, and then we're going to go through the story structure ready for the rest of the week. Okay, let's start off. So this morning we're going to be talking about making plurals. Well, Mrs. Hodgson, what is a plural? Well, for example, if we have got one hand, just one, we just use the word hand. But sometimes we have more than one of something. And we all have more than one hand. And we have to add an ending on, a suffix, which shows us that we've got more than one. Can you decide, looking at the word hand and hands, what did we add to show that there is more than one of something, more than one of the hands? Have a think. Okay, did you spot it? So when we have one hand, it ends with a D. And when we have more than one hands, we have two hands or more, then we end it with a S. So we've just added that sneaky S on the end, and that shows us that we have more than one of something. Now that is the most common way of making a plural. So this is one or singular, one hand, singular. And this is plural, that means two or more. And to make that plural, we added the S. Can you think of any other words where you just add S to make more than one? Pause me now and see if you can note down some other objects and things that when you have more than one of them, you just add a S. Okay, I'm going to point out some of the things that we need to add. We need cat becomes cats, and pen becomes pens, door becomes doors. So it's adding that suffix to show there's more than one of something to make a plural. But sometimes just adding s isn't good enough. So today I particularly wanted to talk to you about when we need to add more than one letter. So if we've got our fox, here's our singular fox, one fox. And then if I have two or more foxes, what do I have to add to make it a plural? Can you tell? Have a think, see if you can spot what we've added to the word fox to make foxes. Did you spot it? It is exactly as it says at the top. We need to add two letters to make the suffix ESS. We can't go around saying fox and just adding this because it doesn't come out right. Fox, you try saying foxes. So to make it sound like there's two or more, we need to say foxes. And that S sound is made up with the E and the S. So today we're particularly going to be focusing on knowing the difference between singular and plural and adding either S or ES. So how do we know when to add that ES? Well, there are some clear rules. If a word ends in an S already, or a ch or sh sound, or this X, like in fox, we usually add the ES. Shall we have a go at some, see what you can think? Let's have a look at some already. So if it ends in an S, like bus, I had one bus, or becomes two buses. If I tried to say, just add an S, it would be bus, and then it wouldn't be any different. So we say buses. Watch becomes watches, as in I have two watches on my wrist. And dish becomes dishes. Again, trying to say dishes doesn't work, so we had that as sound, dishes, made with the ES suffix. And that means I can show there's more than one of something. See if you can spot which of these ones here need the ES. So, is it watch or dog? Which one needs the ES plural? Point to your screen. You might have to say them to help you. So we're looking for that ES plural. Here we go. It was watches. We don't say dogges, we say dogs, and we say watches. Okay, let's have a look again. Our second example, which of these needs an ES plural? Is it toe or box? Try saying them to yourself with an ES ending. As, which was it? Point to the screen. It is boxes. We don't go saying around toes. We say toes and boxes. Okay, so today I'm going to give you some new spellings, all plurals, all using that ES plural ending. So we've got churches, boxes, dishes, watches, and glasses. I would like you to, in your book, have a go at the look, say, cover, write, check method. So you look at the word, you say it out loud. So our first one will be churches. You then cover it up and have a go at writing it down and then check it back to make sure you spelled it correctly. And you need to do that for each of the words. I'll do you a little test on Friday. And then to get a little bit more practice in with our plurals, have a go at the games with Roy the Zebra. The first one is deciding which are singular and plural. And the second game down the bottom here is deciding if it's just an S to make the plural or whether you need to use an ES. Click on the links. If you could pause me, there is one last thing I'd like to show you after you've had a go at the games, and then I'll let you go for the rest of the day. Right, so I hope you enjoyed the games. I hope you got on okay with Lucy the elephant and Roy the zebra. So to do our warning tale, we need to be thinking about the Wind in the Willows model we're going to use for the week. The first part of our story is Mole. We meet Mole and he leaves home and finds the river. Mole, our character, then meets another character, Ratty, and this is where the warning comes in. In this second box, we have a warning. Ratty warns him about the wildwood and says it's dangerous. There's no need to go into the wildwood. But as we know, Mole ignores the warning and he goes into the wildwood looking for Badger. And it's very scary and he gets lost. There's lots of things that scare Mole in that wood. And if you want to listen back to the story and remember them, you're more than welcome. We also drew a picture about Mole getting scared in the wood, and we might be using that this week. Then finally we have Ratty finds Mole, and then he gets them both to safety at Badger's house. So that will be the structure of our warning tale for this week. I'll see you tomorrow.